Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, in earlier videos, I've been talking about the slow escalating, or in fact, it's actually escalating quite fast now, the riots and the protests and the road closures because of burning tires and things like that. And we have a very interesting example happening right now in Silari's Pass area near Cape Town, and it's the little town of Grabouw. And since the 6th of May, about 60 farm workers from Oak Valley Estates in Grabouw have been protesting with the help of some community members. Supported by the Commercial, Stevedoring, Agricultural and Allied Workers Union, or CSAAWU, their demands include a wage increase to 250 Rand per day, an end of labour brokering, and the removal of single-sex hostels. During the protests, the N2 highway near Silari's Pass has been blocked frequently, preventing many people from going to work. Schools have also been affected. Instead of galvanizing support, the protests have now divided the community. The community is being held hostage, said David Leroux, a resident of Grabouw who hasn't been able to get to work for 2 days now. When Leroux left for work at 5 a.m. on Tuesday morning, his bus was stoned, preventing him from leaving. They're preventing us from going to work, he said. After 25 years of freedom, this is not the way to live, said Caleb Fuller, an area committee member who is supporting the protesters. Fuller said that the coloured community on the other side of town is provoking us. Fuller denied that protesters are stopping people from going to work. We're not fighting them. As farm workers and their supporters began to march, some residents wanted the streets cleared of burning debris. This caused more tension. The township of Grabouw is separated by Okaapse Way, and I'll actually show you an image of that now. The west side has mostly black African Xhosa-speaking residents living informally in shacks, while the east has mostly coloured Afrikaans-speaking residents staying in brick homes. You can see why it's a powder gate. But opinions are not unanimous on either side of the divide. Kogosolo Ngwani said that she did not support the protest. Because the road was blocked, she could not travel to Parau to write her first-year UNISA exams. They didn't understand, she said. Some schools were closed in the area due to safety concerns. A matric student said the teachers were unable to get to school because the N2 being closed. He also said the exams had to be postponed, which is putting pressure on us. He said that because of the protest he could not focus or study. Karel Swart of CSAAWU was arrested on Monday but was released a few hours later. He said that he had been charged with intimidation and had to appear in court in June. CSAAWU is organising the striking workers. Police officers cleared a wall between black African protesters and coloured residents wanting the protest to stop. A police officer explained that they were acting as a buffer. Officers said they were trying to convince protesters to call off the march to Oak Valley Estate until Wednesday. The police have said they will escort the striking workers to the farm on Wednesday in an organised protest, but the protesters did not agree. I don't have the words to describe when coloured and poor people fight with each other, said Swart. This conflict is playing right into the hands of the farmers and the municipality. Regardless of colour, we are all poor and we belong to the working class. Swart said that the wage increase would benefit all farm workers from all communities. He said that the low wage was responsible for the unrest and violence, and the farm owners were not taking responsibility. They put the blame on poor people who stay in the informal settlements. Police used tear gas to disperse the protesters. They also used rubber bullets, but sparingly, after the protest was dispersed. Protesters burnt bushes and hurled stones. A large number of people throwing stones were children. Ground Up did not see any arrests. Hugo Geldenhuys of the Three Waters Kloof municipality said that the road closures were affecting the entire area. It also affects businesses as they cannot do their trade, he said. He said the protesters closed the national highway because it has become a quick way for people to get their demands met. He said the workers have been heard and there's no need for further action. Now, what you're seeing happening in South Africa right now is basically the deterioration of the whole country. I mean, it is just falling into a pile of shit, rather like the Durban harbour. And it's very tragic. You know, the trouble is you've got these BEE guys and black appointments in positions like the Durban mayor. They're just corrupt, and they don't have the logic or the understanding to see that what they're doing is destroying what was once a very stable country. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed and ring the bell to get the updates. I'm going to attach a few videos now and a few photos, as well as a map which will show you exactly where this problem is happening. And finally, have a great evening. Bye.